One of the things that's not often discussed in running events of this kind is what you're going to do when you get 20 or 30 large mammals together and you give them food and drink. Some short time afterwards, you're going to need to make arrangements. To have a zero footprint ecological event, it's necessary to have a porta potty, which can be brought in, dropped, and then recovered at the conclusion of the event. We take our responsibilities very seriously. Go green.
Here's a family team trying to put things together, and the father is directing and the other two are listening. How's it going?
Oh, great.
Hi, aloha. I'm Gus McFeely. I'm from Wahiwa on the island of Oahu in Hawaii, and my call sign N87 Juliet, and I am a Cape Ann Amateur Radio Association member who checks in from Hawaii through the Echo Link on a periodic basis, and nice to keep in touch. I grew up here in Gloucester, WA1KRR back in those days. Was mentored in ham radio by old Phil Taylor, W1BJE, and Ralph, who was W1NCT in those days. And we're kind of on a pilgrimage back here to Gloucester after about 36 years away. A little few visits here and there, but this is kind of a longer stay. We're here for about 10 days, enjoying the beautiful weather, a nice break from the monotony of Hawaii to this beautiful changing weather in Gloucester. So we're pleased to be here. Hope to get to participate with CAARA in the field day and see how many points we can rack up.
So we have our team getting together here to put together a beam antenna for our VHF station, and that'll give us a little higher gain and directionality so we can punch out a little farther and find a few more stations. Our second antenna team is putting together a mast to put up a long sloping antenna. This will do shortwave frequencies and get us out probably across the country on this.
Yes, you're going to push the black one. What we've got is not yet, is a tennis ball launcher. We've pumped it up to 30. Okay, this is a homemade tennis ball launcher which we're going to use to launch our antennas today over the trees. And it's made out of PVC pipe. Right now it's blown up to 30 pounds per square inch. You ready? You're going to take a look? Take a look and see what it looks like. It's going to go off. Okay, go ahead.
I want one of those.
That's all right. I want to get the ball before we lose it.
I need one of those things. I really do.
Stand in front out here and hold it up. Where did John go?
I need one of these things. Really bad.
That's not a bad deal, huh? You could go shoot kids with it with a...
This is like the granddaddy of all dodgeball. If you put a dodgeball in this, this would be like the best thing for dodgeball. Bam! Fire bang! The guys like literally went flying across the gym.
Oh, okay, yeah, all right.
Good morning. This is an early morning for a lot of groups here. I'm with the Cape Ann Radio Club. My name is Ron Draper. My amateur call is WA1QZK. That's Wild Animal 1 Quiet Zookeeper for the phonetics. And I represent actually a group of people. One was FEMA, Federal Emergency Management Agency, Urban Search and Rescue. I'm with the Massachusetts Task Force 1 as a communications specialist. And I also work with MEMA, Massachusetts Emergency Management. And as a communications specialist, I'm always looking out for working with other clubs for resources in the field. People who can set up an emergency communications and work with the federal and state agencies to provide our ears and eyes in the field to report back on situations they may encounter in different situations, such as tornadoes, winter storms, and hurricanes and things, let me name a few, We have also a lot of public access with visibility, like the Boston Marathon is one, the team name one, a lot of parades, local things like that. But our primary concern is here, I like to come out, and I actually visiting a lot of different sites today, which is, this is only the first of many that I will visit, and make those, hey, I'm okay, you're okay, handshake introductions. And this group is well underway. They have a lot of things they're going to offer here. If you folks come out to a field day, please come, bring your cameras, and they'll sit down and put you to work.
What you're showing you now is the Field Expedient antenna. This is looks like a multi-band, higher band antenna. You can see that from the various jumpers up at the top, those thickened areas on the top of the antenna, and the little star-shaped ground planes, radials at the bottom. This is the usual way that these are put up. There's one, these are light antennas that pose no risk of collapse or injury. You see an individual in the center holding up the center pole while his friends and other team members go round to 3 or 4 locations at the perimeter of the circle, drive in a ground anchor. These are screw-type ground anchors or pound-in type ground anchors, familiar to most tent campers, and then tightening up a guy wire, which will later be flagged with orange tape so that people will not stumble into it in the dark. This is usual for field day morning of the first day, as each team is setting up their antennas, and the antennas would be set up in the same way in the event of an actual emergency, although it might be in the field like this or it might be in a parking lot. We'll move on to the next item of our tour now. You saw this tent earlier when we were just setting it up. Now you see it when it is fully occupied. What you see is on the far right, volunteer examiner station, where we'll be running amateur radio tests tomorrow. You see the Get on the Air station or Go to station a little bit further down, which is encouraging new hams to get on the air. In the back you see one of the digital stations, one of the QRP stations or low power stations, and a number of individuals who are currently setting up what we're very proud of this year, which is a computer network which will enable us to log what contacts we make in real time in a computer file that can be uploaded directly to the ARRL. This is a nearly full communications setup. And now you'll see another flurry of activity because the food truck has arrived. As you can see, everything is portaged in, and we are currently setting it up and moving it over to the chow hall tent, which you saw earlier. It's been a warm morning, and everybody is excited about the arrival of the beverages. A3JE. Well, we're set up, and we're running, and they're inside making contacts all across the country, and if we're a little bit lucky, around the world. It's another field day, 2009, Cape Ann Amateur Radio Association.